lovely morning, or lovely afternoon, or lovely evening. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, in another interesting series of videos where we are going to talk about some academic topic. In our academic topic of today, we are going to talk about essay. So what is an essay? First, we need to understand what a sentence is in order to understand what an essay is. Lots of people actually have been misinformed about the word essay, and they confuse it with the word paragraph, and sometimes they confuse it with the word sentence. But in order to understand what an essay is, we need to understand what a sentence is. A sentence is a group of words. A paragraph is a group of sentences. An essay is a group of paragraphs. That's, in a nutshell, what the meaning of essay is. An essay is a group of paragraphs. A paragraph is a group of sentences. So when you are writing a paragraph, please avoid writing very long sentences. Just shorten that. Try to avoid long sentences and try to shorten them. And I don't think that's enough explanation to the meaning of the essay or paragraph or sentence. So let me give you a more detailed version of what I mean. In its most basic form, an essay supports, refutes, or analyzes a topic through the use of examples, discussions, and reasons. The purpose of an essay is to either declare a position on a topic and persuade the reader to agree, or derive a position on a topic after discussing this topic in writing. The most straightforward approach to scoring well in task 2 in IELTS is to structure the response in a logical way that allows the candidate to make and analyze claims and share and discuss examples and draw conclusions all within 40 minutes. Draw conclusions all within 40 minutes. So the essay here, and the catch here of the essay, is not to be able to write an essay, expository essay or argumentative essay or any kind of essay. Is to write the essay within 40 minutes. That is going to differentiate you from any other writer who writes within 40 minutes. And the better you write, the better you structure your essay, the higher chance you will get 9 or 8.5 in IELTS independent task 2 of that test. In order to be able to do so, it is best done using a structure that is divided into 4 or 5 paragraphs. Remember, 4 or 5 paragraphs. When you're writing an essay in IELTS, make sure to keep it within that limit, 4 or 5 paragraphs. And I'll walk you through the list of everything you will write in the 4 to 5 paragraphs here. Each paragraph is subdivided into several sentences, and each sentence carries out a specific job. When united, the sentences will work towards a strong centralized purpose, either to argue for a position or against a position that is mentioned in the title of the task that is assigned to you, or to discuss multiple positions out there. So in order to understand what the structure or the framework of the essay is, we need just to give you a few examples here, just for sake of illustration. In paragraph 1, which is the introduction, we have sentence 1, which is the background statement. Sentence 2 is detailed background statement. Sentence 3 is thesis. And sentence 4 is outline sentence. So we have 4 paragraphs here. I'll repeat them for sake of memorization, but the most important part of it is the word thesis. You need to keep that in mind. You need to claim or to state something in this statement or thesis. Paragraph 2 is the first supporting paragraph, and it has topic, example, illustration, and probably conclusion, but not the same as the conclusion of the end of the paragraph. Paragraph 3 is the supporting discussion or supporting paragraph. But in this paragraph, you can mention another idea or opinion that goes against what you believe in for sake of keeping the academic essay unbiased. That is the main purpose. In conclusion, we have just a summary of 1 to 2 sentences of what we stated in the beginning, and also a restatement of the thesis and predictions or recommendations. That is generally what happens in paragraph 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that is the main structure of the essay. So to have a general overview of what the essay framework for task 2 should be, this is the framework that is I'm presenting to you right now that you're watching. It has paragraph 1, introduction, paragraph 2, first supporting paragraph, paragraph 3, second supporting paragraph, paragraph 4, conclusion. Generally, this essay structure contains a total of 15 sentences and will put an IELTS essay to roughly 250 to 175, which is really good amount of words within the timeline of 40 minutes. A length that is long enough to allow the candidate to fulfill the essay question, but also short enough that it can be produced within 40 minutes. Each sentence should present the idea clearly. But remember something, this does not happen randomly. You need to do lots of drafting, editing, proofreading in order to reach the level of being able to produce good academic standard essay. So generally, following an essay structure, each as the above provided the IELTS candidate with numerous advantages. For one, it allows the candidate to save time in the examination room as a decision on essay format has been made ahead of time. Secondly, this structure encourages cohesion at the essay level, because one of the standards of assessing the writers in IELTS is cohesion and coherence, task achievement, lexical diversity, and grammatical range and accuracy. This, in turn, improves the candidate's task achievement mark, as using this structure guides the candidate towards a fuller response to the essay questions. Finally, simply knowing that an essay structure has already been decided can be very huge improvement to your subconscious mind to be able to produce the essay within the timeline that is given to you. I will walk you through an essay that I already wrote. Now, there is no guarantee that I can get 8.5 in this essay, and I decided to write it within 40 minutes. Now, to be honest, I finished it in less than 30 minutes without any preparation. This essay has not been graded. This essay has not been evaluated, but for sake of keeping the video as authentic as possible, I decided just to put it in front of you to have a look and to see some examples here of what the essay in IELTS looks like. The essay that I wrote was in response to a question that just came one day in IELTS Task 2, and that question was, some people think that government is wasting money on the arts and this money could be better spent elsewhere. This is the question that just came in one of the IELTS tests, and I decided to write an essay about it just to give you an example of what you can write in IELTS test. But keep in mind that no matter how people and what people say about IELTS test, it is actually not that kind of hard test. And if we think of the amount of words that people are writing in IELTS, it is 300 words. But if we compare that to another test like SAT, which is Scholastic Academic Test, which is equivalent to high school test, they are assigned to write 1,000 words. So this test is relatively easier in terms of the longevity of the paragraph. So just keep that in mind. It's very simple and straightforward, and it has some sort of straightforward framework structure that we already discussed here. That is just to give you an idea that is comforting to you that this test is not as challenging as people think about it.
طبعا مثل ما تلاحظون حاليا المقالة تبدي بالسؤال Some people think that the government is wasting money on the arts and this money could be better spent elsewhere. To what extent do you agree or disagree? لاحظ السؤال جاوب على قدره. To what extent do you agree or disagree? اقرأ السؤال 3 مرات 4 مرات عندك 40 دقيقة للإجابة. أنا بديت بمقدمة، طبعا المقدمة مو مثالية بس للضرورة هنا حبيت أنطيكم هذا المثال authentic مو مثال من الانترنت. هذه كتابتي. The statement of the essay states that the government must not allocate money for art, and this allocation can be adopted for other far more significant purposes, is counterintuitive and groundless. لاحظ هنا أني سويت rephrasing للسؤال وانطيت إجابة بس بطريقة غير مباشرة حتى أنطي انطباع للمقيم اللغوي أنه أنا عندي إمكانية بالبارaphrasing اللي هي واحدة من الخواص المهمة بالنسبة للشخص الأكاديمي. فأنت لازم تسوي paraphrasing نوعا ما للسؤال بالبداية وتخلي statement مالتي كان هو اللي تلاحظه جزء من عده بالمقدمة. And this allocation can be adopted for other far more significant purposes is counterintuitive and groundless. هذا يعني إيش قد هي كلمتين صغار لكن بيها statement كلش قوي. طبعا نكمل على الفقرة الثانية من المقالة اللي احنا تحدثنا عنها. هذه مقالة بها فقرات والفقرات هي paragraphs. كل فقرة بها مجموعة sentences. Paragraph 2 نقدر نكتب بها التالي. First of all, there should be some reasonable foundation to the allocation the government dedicates for art and museums. Art is the beautiful facade of the country, and it represents the true image of civilization, heritage, and unfathomable legacy of the past. تلاحظ أني أستخدم هواية صفات نانوية الأسماء حتى أنوع وأنطي lexical diversity عالية. Should the government make the decision to bring that huge expenditure to other suitable infrastructure can be taken with a grain of salt. هنا دا استخدم نوع من الالتفاتة والالتفاف اللغوي حتى أبين أنه أنا عندي إمكانية أستخدم أكثر من زمن ودا أستخدم أكثر من طريقة rhetorical أو بلاغية. Since infrastructure is a detrimental element of the country's growth and economic progress. Growth and economic اثنينهم مستخدمات كصفات هنا باستثناء كلمة growth اللي هي اسم بالform adjective بالfunction حتى توصف لي progress. Art plays a vital role in spearheading the wheel of evolution of people and their sense of beauty and imagination. مثل ما نكمل على الأمثلة اللي أوردناها بالشرح بالبداية. هذا فقرة 3 paragraph 3 ننطي بها أمثلة للاستزادة ولتدعيم الستيتمنت مالتنا اللي بالبداية. Italy, for example, has evolved over the past century as the crucible of art, and this heritage has granted Italy the privilege to be the destination of tourism in the world. Thus, لاحظ هنا انتقاله, to state the government wastes money on art is baseless and ruthless to some extent. However, شوف هنا transitions. Once the country undergoes certain economic crises, such as pandemic or military conflicts, it may suffice to say that the attention to art is minimized temporarily until the country recuperates and be back to its healthy status. احنا اتفقنا انه تكون كحد اقصى 4 أو 5 فقرات، لكن هنا بسبب الشكل الخاص بالمونتاج ما راح يكون مثل اللي موجود بالصفحة. فقرة 4 تنقول furthermore، حاول دائما تستخدم هاي transitions حتى يكون logical sequence قوي بنفس الوقت ينطي grammatical range and accuracy عالي. Once designed and reflected upon carefully, art can be a great asset to the economic wealth of nations. It renders people aware of their heritage and brings interested art seekers from all world to pay visits to museums, theaters, and art galleries, such as Louvre in France and the Globe Theatre in the United Kingdom. وبالمحصلة النهائية نشوف الملخص أو conclusion أو الخاتمة هنا شو راح يكون بسيط وسلس ومجرد rephrasing للبداية. Thus, art is the backbone of the country. It carries the heritage, showcases the trace of civilization, and fathom deep the horizons of progression to country or to the country and its citizens. هنا تلاحظ انه احنا لخصنا الفكرة الاساسية للبحث مالتنا او للمقالة هذه عن طريق الفقرات. حاولنا قدر الامكان نخليها ضمن 4 إلى 5 فقرات اساسية حتى يكون قابل للسيطرة ويكون دماغنا مهيأ للكتابة على وفق هذا الفريمورك او هذا الستركتشر حتى تمكنك من السيطرة على المقالة وكتابتها في 40 دقيقة. هذا كان ملخص لكيفية كتابة مقالة الآيلتس. إن شاء الله يكون مفيد. خلي بالك إنه هذا مو فقط للآيلتس، هذا توفل أو أي مقالة قصيرة ضمن الاختبارات اللي موجودة أكاديميا. كان معكم مدرب اللغة وليد خالد.